Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, doing a bunch of cleaning some wood up, getting those Prebo cages all gutted and prepped. I'm gonna have to order a few things to come in to get them fully running and operational, but I'm going to be upgrading and moving some of the Apodora over into those cages. So I figured I'll share with you the updates on what's going on with the Apodora. I haven't shown them in a while. They're big. Remember, folks, it's always good to keep your wood clean. One of the easiest ways to keep your wood clean is take it outside, hose it off, let it bake and dry in the sun. It's important to keep your wood clean, otherwise those YouTube experts are going to get you. Alrighty, so as promised, I told you I'd show you the Apodora, give you an update since we're doing some upgrades for a few of them. This is the little one. And if any of you are fans of the channel, been watching, I've had this guy for over 4 years. Got him at Pomona in January from Dan of DM Exotics as a little fresh import. Still had his little umbilicus slit. And despite being a fresh baby, actually had a few little nibble scars on him that you can just barely see. They're pretty much gone at this stage. He's a big boy these days. He's probably around maybe 6.5, 7 feet long. Getting into some large rats these days every couple weeks, although for the Apodora they get a summer fast and we're just turning back on feeding for the fall. So but this is the little guy. His name is Apollo, and yeah, not so little anymore. All right, next in line is my other boy. This one is a 2017 US captive born and bred individual produced by Kevin Wilninski out in Rhode Island. So this guy is about 7 years old. I'd say he's right around maybe 10 feet or so. Haven't quite measured him. He's getting near a shed, so he's a little darker than normal, but not quite there. But you can still see how big and impressive he is. He's the male that I was doing some breeding trials with last season, and will be trying again this coming season with the same pair. He's definitely mature enough and ready, so we'll give it a go. But this is the boy who I affectionately named Mamba, because when I first got him in, he was just running around all over the place, hissing, going crazy in the enclosure very fast. Just was making me work to interact with him, and so he was acting like a bit of a Mamba. So it's just kind of always stuck. So this is him, and this is the second of the two boys that I have of my 2.2 Apodora Papuana. So let's now take a look at some of the ladies. All right, this is giving me a workout. This is Oracle. She is, oh Jesus, obnoxious. And she is also a 2017 US captain born and bred individual from Kevin Wilninski. She is a sibling to the last male we saw. She's quite a bit bigger and definitely more to handle. She makes me work getting her out of the enclosure. These guys really like to, for whatever reason, kind of flex and grab onto whatever's around and just resist being removed out of the enclosure. So when you see people keeping them bare, that's why. They'll literally grab onto anything and anchor themselves so you can't get them out. They're insanely strong. Not aggressive or anything, but they can be territorial and defensive. So always good to start with a hook so you can kind of get get that communication in where you know where they're at. And then you can start working them with hands and get them out easier. But they're big, gentle giants. They don't want to hurt you, especially once they're outside the enclosure. Total sweethearts. Just big, beautiful animals. Very powerful snakes. Definitely ones you don't want to let around your neck at this size. As she continues to go around my neck. So this is her. I absolutely love her. She's probably tripled in size since the day I got her a few years ago. She will happily take 2X rats, bigger. They can get much bigger than this, but there's no need for that. This is manageable enough. She'll grow at a steady pace and hopefully breed for me one day. So again, this is Oracle 2017 U.S. captive born and bred Apodora papuana. And of course, I saved the biggest for last. All right, this mammoth here is Fluffy. Very fitting name. She's a sweetheart. She's a big, gentle giant. She doesn't know her own strength. She flexed and destroyed her hide, which was some sort of like fiberglass plastic compound. Split it square in half. It's falling apart as we speak. They don't make them much bigger. But anyway, this girl is every bit of like 13 feet or so. I would guess she probably weighs 30 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. I don't know. I can't tell. These snakes are so big, it's hard to gauge weight across such a long animal, but I've never actually weighed her, so I don't know. She's awesome. She can eat massive meals, but again, I don't want her to get to like, you know, obese, 16-foot, unhealthy size. You know, unless she's just going to do that gracefully over time and old age. But she is a long-term captive, wild-caught individual. She is an absolute doll. And they can get bigger than this. I've seen bigger. But this is plenty big for me. She's a good girl. She's been with me for, I want to say 6 or 7 months now, maybe a little bit less. She's opened up quite nicely. She's acclimated nicely. She's a great feeder, gentle snake, and just very blessed and happy to have such a big, powerful example of this species. Maybe one day she will breed for me as well. So that's what's going on with the Apodora. All 4 of them. It's a lot of snake. Between the 4 of them, that's probably about 45 feet of snake. So it's a lot. So hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have those enclosures ready and I can show you what's going on with those too. It's her favorite spot. Unfortunately. All right, so how cool is that? The big girl, they definitely make me sweat, make me work for it. Just getting them out of the enclosure takes a couple minutes, and just because they flex and grab everything, they just don't know what's going on. They're just kind of like, ooh, what's going on? And then they go forwards and backwards, and then they're big, and then they're everywhere, and they're knocking stuff over and making a mess. And yeah, it's a bit of effort. So it's worth it in the end. It's nice. They're a little dark. It looks like a few of them were getting near shed, but what are you gonna do? That's how it goes. Anytime you gotta film something, at least somebody's going into shed, right? It's kind of like a weird rule. So anyway, that's all I have for you this week. Next week, I have no idea what we'll be doing. Figure it out along the road. Don't forget to go check out Heliguy Serpents on Instagram and heliguyserpents.com. Get yourself some amazing 3D printed awesomeness, like log holders, dish holders, perches, all sorts of crazy stuff. He comes up with amazing stuff and makes it happen. So check him out. He's running sales, discounts, always got good stuff going, so check that out. Don't forget to check out and ship with the best, Reptiles Express. Use code Riley50 to get you 50% off up to 10 shipping labels off the rated, normal FedEx rates. And their sister company, PremiumCrickets.com. Don't forget to check them out. Use code Riley15 to get you 15% off at checkout. They'll send all sorts of feeders and animals to your door. So if you don't have a local pet shop that has what you need, check them out. Don't forget to go support USARK in USARK, Florida. They are the only body of folks fighting any unjust and unfair legislation trying to take our reptiles away from us. Least we can do is support them for supporting us. And if you would like to support what I've got going on here, the growth, the family, the wonderful Discord, all the amazing stuff, we got a Patreon going. So you can just find me, Riley Jimison, on Patreon and get you discounts on merch, early access to babies, inside scoop on what's going on, monthly Zoom meetings, and a whole lot else. So come on in. It's a good time. It's fun. Reptiles are great. Hope you guys have reptiles at home, and if you don't, comment below, tell me why not. Maybe we can change that. They're a good way to make a house a home. So catch you guys next week. Later.